Hello everyone, this is Yox here, and Gems of Fortune has ended, so I'm back in rotation, and I have no idea what to do. So I'm here with this deck, which I just made because I feel like ruining some of my opponent's day. The idea is really simple. You control your opponent and you say no to half of the things they do. It's kinda dumb, actually. You have cards like Bubs, which heals you with the Assault of Hornets, and increases your max HP with Lethal Sting if Bubs is in place, Bubs, and then reduces your enemy's defense if by 1 or by 2 is not important, you don't care about your enemy's defense, you only care about your own max defense. Then I crafted Rafflesia for this. The -1/-1 all enemy followers is pretty good, but what I'm looking for is actually her second text here: increase your leader's maximum defense by 1, restore 1, and draw 1 if you're more evolved coins than your opponent, which doesn't happen often, but if you're going second, it's pretty sick. And then next we have Licorice, Venomous Princess. Very interesting card. Basically what you do with her, you evolve her by playing her and then sacking a fairy or a 1-drop, and then evolve her, return her to hand, and so the next time your opponent wants to play a card, it gets -5/-5. Would either save your life or doesn't do a single thing, but when she does pop off, she pops off. And what else do we have? Lily, because Lily is Lily. Then we have Cannon, which actually does things. She acts as fodder for Licorice after all. Windbloom heals, Pining for heals, and then we have Nature's Guidance Support Troop, Gale Pierce for returns, Brave Fairy Knight to get fodder for Licorice, Castell for evolve points in case you ever need it. I never actually got to that point. And then there's Polar Warrior, which honestly is just here because I forgot to take him out, or I was expecting something out of him, but he didn't deliver, so he's whatever. Remove him for someone else if you want to, or just keep him in because he's funny. But yes, here's a QR code that is also in the description down below. And if you're new to Shadowverse and you look forward to this, you want more Shadowverse content like this, well, leave a like, leave a subscribe. It doesn't hurt and it helps me a lot. And without further ado, let's get right onto the gameplay. So I'm gonna start off by prefacing it with this. As with any of my decks, this deck is horrible. Like, I made this deck with no win conditions in mind, except for annoying my opponent to death. Which, you know, works sometimes, doesn't work the other times, but hey, when it does happen, it does happen. And it's really hilarious when it does happen. So yes, you can see our hand started off quite slow. Although I would say it's pretty good, going second is amazing for us because it means we can get Rafflesia's Princess effect called off the second half, which I think is significantly better than just the first half. Like, this is so good, like really good, and it's just that's why you want to go second. And over here I misplayed a little. I traded in even though my leader effect had just cleared, and it actually kind of cost me a Polar Warrior which could have gone face for 9 damage. Yeah, because I'm going second, this could have been a 5/4 on turn 4 that goes with strike deal 4 to the enemy leader. And because I traded in, it got traded off by a Striker Joe, which I'm sad. I'm definitely really sad. I would have loved to like not get it traded off so I can evolve it and run it in for like 9 damage. She could be at 5 right now for all we know. Also, last turn I could have, on turn 4 I could have, instead of going for a Rafflesia, I could go for Licorice instead. Licorice would have prevented the Lucky Mermaid play entirely by just getting rid of it, which is really good, but well, circumstances, and I didn't pay attention, so yeah. I will use 1 evolve point here because he used 1 evolve point of his, which means I still can get a HP increase from Rafflesia, which is pretty decent. And now I have Licorice effect on him permanently, reducing this to 0.5, which It's one less follower for me to deal with, which is really good. And okay, yeah, the other side of the board is pretty scary. It has a 4-3, it's a 5-11. Then luckily Bubs can deal with this board for me. Now here I made a slight boo-boo. You may think of it as a boo-boo, you may think of it as not, but I thought I would trade into the 0-5 instead of the 4-3, which just don't do that in the future. If you're new to Shadowverse, just get rid of the guy that can attack your face, because your opponent always have a clear way to clear your big boards. It's like, I don't know why I thought a 7-7 will survive. I blame it on me playing Gems of Fortune way too much. But guess what? Spoiler alert, it did not survive. So now I had to take an extra 4 damage for absolutely free. Go me, go genius. I managed to top that a return, which means that I can evolve Licorice Princess for free. And I'm probably gonna trade it in, honestly, since there's a 4-2 on the board and I don't want to deal with it ever. And so I take Lily instead, which heals 2 and I get a draw. And yes, May invoke herself, which... So I have to drop the other one so I don't mill. Now my hand is kinda good, I would say, like... 3 lilies? 3 lilies is really good. Look at that. Oh, by the way, if this Coral Spirit has been a 5-8, right, it would have been a nightmare for me to deal with. Actually, it's a 5-10. It's really, really difficult for me to deal with. But anyways, another buffs. I'm not gonna evolve it this time since I had no need to. It's just good enough where I can just like stay alive in a way. And I return it to hand because having a Bane is really good. And I just use the take enough cards so I can get Mace or Fanfare all to do damage to all the sharks, which is really good. He has to save one of his evolve points for Joe, which he did. Here comes the Joe. I take 12, but luckily he doesn't have any more Storm. He didn't have any Storm damage. I'm pretty sure I don't have Lily active. I do not indeed have Lily active, so I'm not sure why he couldn't have waited for Lily for Storm Follow to OTK me. But maybe he's just worried about my Lilies, which, you know what, I don't blame him. Turn 8 comes, now all my little things reduce the defense by 2. Doesn't do anything because I literally had no win condition. Which, if you guys didn't realize, it's gonna be a recurring problem. But anyways, Licorice Princess, boom, give him another debuff that -5/-5 the next follow he played. A 217 becomes a 0-12 and followed up with another Joe that does another 12 damage. Like, he just has so much tempo and value, and he got me down to 3 hit points, which was a little bit scary. It was so scary, in fact, that I actually had to use Lily to transform the Joe and like actually get rid of it for good. Otherwise, I don't have a good way to clear this. Not with my current list. I don't know why I traded into Dior. I could have just left it there. Maybe I was scared of another Joe or something, but right now I'm just here to get my hit points up. Lily, heal again, Nature's Guidance, and then I'll replay the Lily, heal myself up to 9. Whether that is important or not doesn't matter, but so Lily is active, I have guys on board, Storm damage doesn't kill me. Then we have Alisu, double Alice, which hurts. It drew them a lot of cards with a Dragonborn Striker. This would normally be game winning for them, and honestly it should have won the game. I managed to survive with 2 hit points, by the way. That's like insane. He played this last, which means he doesn't get anything, and he decided to concede because he doesn't see a way out, which is really funny because I don't have a way out either. Yeah. So as you can probably tell, I don't have actually. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. When I played this game, me and my chat was... I would like to say my chat is dying, but honestly I couldn't tell. But I was really enjoying myself, just looking at how my opponent struggles to fight against all my counter playing, all my Licorice and stuff. They're like, shoot, I cannot play this follower because it will get destroyed. Or at times they didn't even realize it will get destroyed and they just played it anyways, and they end up being sad. because that thing just died. Ordering here, by the way, he could have dealt 1 damage to me if he ordered correctly, but you know what, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters too much in the long run, but for now, it works. I got 3 fairies for fodder as Licorice and Nature's Guidance, so I can bounce it back once for free. The only point Licorice is actually good in this deck is actually to counter Argyle. If I can stop Argyle on 5, it might be decent. Decent, quote unquote, I have no idea. But more often than not, Artifacts have a lot of way to play cheap followers early on, so yeah, Licorice isn't as good here. But occasionally, it might actually snipe a big follower if my opponent didn't read what she does and forget what she does. I think there's actually one point in the game where this actually pays off, and I think you will love to see it when that happens. Okay, anyway, turn 4, Licorice evolves for free. Runs it into this guy, bounce it back, Nature's Guidance. Draws Lily, which means Storm followers aren't as scary anymore, so if they play, who is that, Radiant Artifacts, I do have a way to stop it. Airstrike Artifacts, I still have a way to stop it. He played a Rhino there for 5 mana, which procs Licorice effect, who have been super strong, yeah. I actually went for a gamble there. I didn't know I would get a return, but I somehow did with a decade of nut hands, which means I can return Licorice back to my hand again. And now the next follow he plays will have a -5 debuff. And I filled up my hand, so yeah, that's a mistake there. He managed to get a Analyzing Artifact, which is perfect. I think it's actually perfect. That was a perfect target for Licorice for him, not for me. I hated every single second of that. And I milled a return, which I would have loved to play on the Licorice, and I hope to get another one here, which I did. Support troop out. My opponent is in shambles. I'm actually, like, look at this. I returned the Licorice back to my hand. So now he has another -5 debuff to play with. And he top deck an Electric Rhino. Yeah, of course, yeah, go ahead. It's my opponents after all. And then he played a Innis, which Resonance is not active, funnily enough. Oh, you know, Resonance is active. I think he got a card with Fusion. I don't know why he got it, honestly, but anyways, as you know the drill already, Licorice comes down, and this time I have a target to trade into, which is our big mommy, Retrophia, and now he has to play with another -5 effect. And I hate that he actually has a 1-drop to proc his Argyle, but you know what, it is what it is. And so he actually have the leader effect active now on turn 8, which is really late. But it's not something I worry too much about. And now we annoy him again because we have a second Licorice in hand. I didn't actually get a return this time, so it is what it is. But I do have a guy to trade it in, so I traded in all the same. It's turn 8, I get to reduce his max hit point by 2 now. And I send it in. It's time we start playing cards. You see, this is huge. If he had evolved that Carnina, he would have gotten 2 followers for free. But because of my Licorice, he couldn't evolve it, which might actually won me the game. Funnily enough, look at this. He's out of resources, and now he can't even play this. He just gives up. I'm astounded. Thanks for watching.